And we're live. Hi, everybody. It's Mike and Mary. Thanks for coming back to the channel. So tonight, we are very lucky to have this delightfully nutty couple, James and Bridget. You might know them as Primo, Kimo, and Spam, Banshee. And together with their
Aloha.
and alongside their trusty sidekick, Pokey, the Wonder Dog, they have this I don't really know how to describe it, but it's a live stream every Monday and Wednesday at 1:00, and it's a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. You really got to check them out if you haven't.
Thank you very much. I appreciate
I'll speak
that.
for myself, but it really maintains my sanity. I mean, I really look forward to your show every Monday and Wednesday because it kind of just gives me a little time to decompress and to hang out and with with your community as well. We're talking about community as well.
Thank you very much.
So, Kimo and Spam and Pokey, aloha.
Aloha to you. Thank you for having us on your wonderful channel.
Thank you. Thanks for coming.
And frankly, I don't know how I would explain our show either. It is just a hodgepodge of eBay mixed in with a lot of other topics. Fun topics, I guess, right?
Yes. I mean, I guess we just talk about whatever comes to this reseller's mind.
Well, I'll tell you, it is goofy and entertaining, but it's not just glib and uninformative. It's really, you do cover some content, some pertinent facts. You keep it current. Right now the big thing is the AI listing service. So you've been covering that, quite a bit.
AI? What
AI?
Owl? What is this owl thing everyone's talking about?
Owl listing.
Ow. Go. No, this way.
Don't shill. Don't shill.
I'm not a shell.
So I'm just flashing a couple of the entrants on the screen. I want to welcome everyone in.
Moving to the country.
It's all it's all the same cast of characters, right? What I love about
a great community
about your show and Josh's and John's and mine as a little bit of a crossover. We share a lot of the same. A lot of the same viewers, and it's nice. And we all get to. I mean, like I saw Todd Silverhair Stocker like 3 times today already in 3 different shows.
Yeah, for sure. I love seeing him pop up, and I mean, I love everybody in this community.
Yeah.
Everyone who who speaks up. There's a lot of people who go around and watch all of our shows. What just happened? It looked like it just lightened up in here.
I think it was your shadow.
And it was. I just like to see everybody in different. I love to see Ping. Ping can't literally ping. I think she goes and have lunch every day, like at 1:00, and so we never get to see her in our chat. But she always says hi whenever we see her.
We did see her once when it was like rescheduled or something.
Oh, right.
Yeah. We did see her once in our show. But yeah, it is great to see Ping. I like seeing Ping.
She is a good person. The international woman of mystery.
I miss her crickets too, but I mean, hopefully they'll make a reappearance one day.
So, why don't you guys tell us a little bit about your background? I know that you started live streaming 3 years ago, right? About 3 years ago, and
yeah,
I tell you, one thing that I love to do is like I go back to YouTubers like original content and everything just to see how they've developed. And I gotta say, you have not changed a minute. I just recently watched your first episode about 3 or 4 days ago, and you were just like you are today. And it's funny, I had mentioned this today on your live, but on your first show, I don't know if you remember this, you were drinking the Mai Tais out of the can. Do you remember that?
Well, that was yes. So we had what we did was we've tried YouTube a bunch of different ways over the years, reaching all the way back probably to the, I don't know, is it close to 10 years ago when we've done
Has it been that
long? Making Good, where we were doing a daily vlog called Making Good, and it was super awesome. It lasted 5 days. Then we did this other one, another vlog that we called it something else. That was like picking up sticks. What was that one?
Oh,
anyway, it lasted 5 days. So, and then we did a sober October back in I want to 2020, maybe 2019.
2019, I think, was your first one.
I just wanted to see if I could do it. We used it to do a 30 days in a row vlog, which we succeeded in that. And I was like, I don't really ever want to do a daily vlog ever again. So then we decided to do the Friday. You
Love
can't
it.
tell the difference.
Love
Which
it.
I'm going to jump
We're
over to
identical.
your frame.
We're
That is
identical.
really great.
Love it. Then we decided to do a tiki show where we would come on every Friday and put on our best tiki stuff, and then we would try the new canned drinks that were coming out. So it was a canned Mai Tai, and then every week we would test out one of these new
What were those
drinks.
called?
They're called ready to drink, RTDs.
Yeah, RTDs, ready to drink.
cocktails.
So they were like drinks in a can, mixed drinks in a can.
I would say it was hit or miss, doing that. And then I feel like we drank so many of them, we were like, these are getting gross. We started to drink like the cream pumpkin in a bottle, and there was like 3 or 4 different kinds, and we had to taste them all. And I'm like, this is gotta end.
So we weren't eBay.
So we pivoted to eBay.
Yeah, we weren't eBay centric at all. Like,
no,
we never talked about eBay. And then there started being some drama in the eBay world on YouTube, which we watched a ton of
Silver
eBay
hair.
videos on YouTube. Silver hair. We watched a lot of eBay YouTubers, and he started noticing some drama happening, and he was like, I think I want to do a video.
it was actually Tekken and Chris Lynn, Daily Refinement.
Daily Refinement, yeah.
And I was
Yeah.
like, I have to speak up. And I'm like, I am indignant. I want to know, this affects us all. How could somebody be so careless with YouTube and eBay?
And that
Even
was,
though I know nothing about anything. I did feel like I must speak up at this moment.
and that was his first eBay related YouTube video. And then we got the attention of some people. There was
The president.
Heyfro Sells.
No,
who
no, it
else?
wasn't the
Heyfro.
There was Jeff Hayfro sells.
Yeah, and
He
then,
was. I don't know if do you guys remember him? He was.
I do, yeah.
Yeah. He hasn't been around
Mm.
since
No.
probably the end of last year.
We were just trying to figure out the big weirdness from
And
2023.
some great people just started sort
Popping
of
up.
like popping up and recommending us. And then he loves
Pokey.
he
It was Pokey.
he loves socializing, if you can't
No,
tell.
I do not. I don't
And he just kept going, and here we are to this day.
Aw.
So I have a little trivia question for you. On that first
Mhm.
show, which was the precursor to the present show, I think it was TVHH, right? Was the
It's
TSAT.
Primo, Kimo, Talk Story, Happy Hour.
Story Happy Hour, right?
A short little easy off the.
So on that first show where you were drinking the Mai Tais, you did a little review of the Mai Tai. Remember what you said?
Oh no.
You said it tastes a little suntan lotiony, but it was good.
I felt like that was a fair assessment of that one I had, and sometimes a good suntan lotion flavor will take you places.
I'm sure it will.
Bring you to the beach. Hey, Josh.
Aloha, Josh.
Yeah, I love my Expos hat. Lisa, hey.
Aloha. Look at the little bee.
So we got a nice little crowd coming in to honor you guys. Thanks everyone for coming in. I really appreciate
Yeah,
that.
thank you.
Thank
We're
you.
so happy to be here.
I did want to ask the history of your love for Hawaii, the aloha, and I just
Yeah.
wanted to ask the history about that.
So I mean, it's as a kid we went to Hawaii a lot. So being from the Bay Area, it's basically New York to Florida is the same as the Bay Area to Hawaii. It's our like where you would go for a tropical quick tropical thing. So it wasn't as extravagant back in the 70s and 80s either. You could stay in some real dumps, and we did. But we went there a lot, and that's what was nice. And so I just really, I just loved it. Plus, I'm very nostalgic, and so I remember it way back in the day, and it was very welcoming and fun, and it wasn't overrun with, you know, there wasn't a Tesla dealership. There was, you know, just it was really I don't know what if you want to call it. It's not humbled that I'm trying to say. It was just an easier time period in the 70s, 80s Hawaii. So I'm very partial to that. It's you go back there and now it's very it's highfalutin. That's what it is.
It definitely is sort of geared toward the boutique Japanese shoppers.
Well, Japanese come
was,
there and buy
yeah,
American stuff for like they can get
like
American stuff there.
designer,
Stuff,
yeah.
So there is a lot of that. But I brought it so when I left California in the 90s, I just sort of brought that part of me with me, obviously. And then I opened a tiki bar in 2004. And that was considered the second tiki wave, which so there was the first one was the 50s, and then it kind of petered out in the 70s, 80s a little bit, and then a couple of restaurants, ours and one in Vegas, and one in LA, and then there was four tiki restaurants in all of the United States opened up in the the early 2000s, and we all went bankrupt. And then in 2005, the very first commercial tiki bar, super successful, run by a guy who trained under Trader Vic's and everything. We were just 1 year off, but 2005 Forbidden Island in Alameda, California, basically was the start of the third wave of the tiki bars. So we missed it, but this much. But I definitely don't want to do restaurants. So I'm glad I'm not doing that because I would be miserable.
A tiki bar in Vermont, you know, it's hard. There's not a lot of people here that were exposed to that at that time.
Like I might have rethought the location. Except I lived here, so what am I gonna do? But surprisingly, like there's still one of the biggest real tiki bars that still exists from the olden days is called the Kowloon. And it is in Saugus, Mass. So it's still there. It's going to get torn down sometime soon. It's still huge. It's still there, and you can still go back in time if you
very
want to go down to
kitschy. All the old decor, it's pretty awesome.
Tiki easier. Yes, I think yes, exactly. And let's do that.
Okay, so you brought your love of it when you moved then.
Yeah. And then I ramped it up a little bit too. And I'm a member of FOM, called the Fraternal Order of Moai, which is a non-fraternal organization. Meaning ladies can go and everything. We're very progressive. It's basically cocktails with fezzes on, but we do fundraising and stuff. So
a lot for the Easter Islands, and the people of the Easter Island. And I was going to add, when you were saying we would go to Hawaii, we does not include me, because we only met when he moved to Vermont.
Well, no, as adults we went too. Yeah,
but
sure.
we was his mom and his aunt. His aunt was a teacher. Auntie was a teacher in California, and she would be able. The school system would pay for the teachers to take classes and stuff, and she would go to Hawaii
like every year from 1960 to.
And she would take classes.
The 90s,
so she would go there
2000s.
and it would be paid by the school. And she would take like
underwater basket weaving. Now, here's the thing. She literally took that class. That's not a fake class. And I thought forever, I pictured people in a swimming pool weaving baskets.
What else
but
would you think?
That's not it, people. They just have a bowl and they do the weaving in a bowl of water to make the palm fronds pliable. But I literally thought people sat in a pool and made.
So he would go there.
I'm smart.
He would go there almost every summer with his mom and auntie, and
I couldn't tell the difference between Disneyland and Hawaii when I was young. It seemed the same to me.
Same
That's
thing,
pretty
right?
awesome.
So I'm glad about that.
So then you found reselling, right? Tell us a little bit about how you got
Eh.
into that end of it.
So the very first, I was young. I mean, my uncle used to go to garage sales at 6 o'clock in the morning, in Half Moon Bay,
His
California.
uncle was the chief of police in San Francisco, right?
He was deputy chief,
Oh,
not
deputy
the chief, the
chief.
second
Okay.
command. He would, he was just a big, brawny guy, and I was a chubby little redhead, and he used to have me come over, and he tried to get me to go for runs on the beaches. I like to just go to the diner at 6 o'clock and look through the newspaper and circle all the garage sales we were going to go to. And he tried to get me to like some of the finer things like that he was interested in, like I don't know, pottery and things, but that never really, it didn't really stick. And I gravitated towards old Walt Disney stuff from the 20s and 30s that you could find in the 70s. And I just started collecting it. And then I had, and this is all before I was double digits. So this is in my single digit youth. I would like take all my precious items, comic books or little old books, and I would put them into plastic bags, and I would take little stickers and put inventory numbers on them and stuff.
Cute.
And I don't know what I was doing, but I was eBaying is what I was doing.
Without realizing
about
it.
20 years before there was a platform. So I was ready for it by the time it came around. And I was 18. I started buying cars. I would just flip cars because they were there around the Bay Area, and they were old cars, and I could buy them for 200, sell them for 800. So I was a used car salesman essentially. And then I guess I really started in the mid 90s with arcade games. I bought up all the arcade. Everyone was retiring around here. All the guys who put the arcade games into
Arcades.
bars and restaurants and arcades, and they were closing up. And they had all these games that they had made tons of money from, but they were still precious to them.
Hmm.
And I went around and bought out about 4 or 5 different operators in Vermont, all of them. And I sold thousands of pinball machines and arcade games
Wow.
through Craigslist and eBay.
Mm.
So this was like the very late 90s, 98, 99-ish, somewhere around there. And
Back when you would wait for people to send you a check that
Cash
purchased
checks.
your
Wild
item
West,
on
yeah.
eBay. Yeah.
you would just, I mean, the problem is that I had a couple of accounts back in the day where it was a little more Wild West. It was a little more, it was a different scene for sure. But if I got a negative feedback, I would just boop, there goes that account, and I would get a new one. That was like the olden days of eBay.
Well, you could also
Didn't
leave
happen that
feedback.
often.
You could also leave feedback for
You
the
could leave
buyer.
feedback for buyer for feedback. But if
he
you're,
would
when you're,
be snappy sometimes, that's for sure.
I mean, this is a long time ago.
Yeah.
But when you're selling pinball machines at like $3,000-$4,000 items, required you not to have negative feedback. So there would be this, like it was back then, and they didn't hold it against you. You just got a new account. But the ones that I have now are from 1999. So I did have one a little older than that, but and
Yeah,
then
you
we
still have a
went
few left. You have a few left in you.
of your
That-
old ones.
Of your old ones. Yeah, you have a very, every now and then you'll do a little tour of your warehouse, and that's like you got some pretty eclectic stuff in there, man. I tell you, a little bit of everything.
We've had some really big warehouses, with different types of items, and that's what I did. That's how my eBay career blossomed, or it actually has gone up and down, and now we're pretty mellow considering. But I would buy niches, or like, so it was arcade games, video games, vintage computers. I was buying those here for 15 cents a pound all old Apple stuff. And,
We had like how many storage units? Like
warehouse.
10 by
Oh, the 10 by 30s. We had
30.
like 4 of those.
Not warehouses,
Just filled with
storage
Apple
units.
computer
It
stuff.
was insane. It was out of control.
We're still selling some manuals from that.
Yeah.
20
But
years
we
later.
finally sold off everything. All of those
When was
vintage
the 90s?
computers.
That was a long time ago.
Like over the past 4 years, we finally sold the rest of what we had. We had the cream of the crop. We ended up having
fracking the horde.
a load of it that we kept. But we sold a whole bunch of those computers to some other poor soul.
Fast forward to he died though, and then we bought a bunch of them back.
Who bought like an 18-wheeler full of our stuff and brought it to wherever he stored it.
And then there was a couple other things like that, and then fast forward to the pandemic, and that's when 2019 I said I'm going to sell all of my stuff now. And I had hundreds of Nintendos. I got 12 left now. I mean, I had so much stuff. So I started selling it in earnest. Pandemic hits. I'm like, her job of 10, 15 years is like, we don't need you. You bother me. And I'm like, hey, come work with me. And then it's been, rocky. It's been awesome having her.
It's different.
And we've been working on trying to make this last now until we can retire. Well, we can get to.
Well, we plan on doing eBay pretty much forever.
Yeah, I don't know if who knows how Social Security will work at this point. So we need to do this till the clock runs out. So we're just trying to be cool and do that.
So you do kind of have a plan. What are your favorite?
Yeah, if you can call that a plan.
Yeah, kind of.
That's the bulk of our plan.
But you will, as you progress, you will have the freedom, to go and do things, and
And if I can shill for just a second, this software really, this is the key to our future. I don't know how long it lasts. I don't know when the magic ends. I don't know anything like that. All I know is we have 10,000 books that now this thing makes it so we can access those. And I mean, they're always there. We could have done it at any time, but there was just no motivation ever to crack open. And this is right now, this is our future for the foreseeable future. And then we might have to find now more collections to buy.
I know. That's exactly it. It is. We will, with how helpful the software is. Let's see.
The hordes will be fresh.
I do worry about oh goodness, we're gonna go through our
You'll worry
stuff
about
so
anything,
quickly.
though.
I do. I worry
worry
about anything, and I always sort of joke, but I am truthful when I'm saying that the software has actually helped us. Well, like he was saying,
we renewed our vows.
It's been a little bumpy working together because it just is. We both have our own way of doing things. And List Easier has given us the structure that I so desperately wanted, that sort of draws this line for us where I'm responsible for the photos and then he's responsible for everything else. I clean and I photograph.
And it works for me too.
Yeah,
which is surprising.
And it's given us
I'm hard to please.
Something to cling on to for.
I'm glad you have something.
Yeah,
some piece of hope.
Routine.
It does. The AI listing programs do create some sort of structure, even if you're not using it directly. Like now, I'm a pretty much one-off everything seller. So things like Josh's program, although I use it, are not necessarily conducive to my style because I don't have batches. I do one each and I move it. Yet it does give me focus.
Yep.
It will optimize a title and plug in all of the everything pretty much.
Specifics.
It does.
It gives you an awesome description.
It's what it really is to me is, and this is the thing that makes it, as James Helferstay will say, life changing, is because this is what I've dreamt of. I mean, flying cars be damned. I mean, this is the thing do my work for me. So all I barely have to do is, if all I have to do is take pictures and it will do it. This software, like, so you can do it. You can do individually on OpenAI or whatever, ChatGPT.
Right.
You can do this yourself. You could figure out the way to do it. You could try to basically keep up with any changes that you would need to do. You could try to do that yourself. But with this, you have somebody who's wrapped up your ChatGPT and done all the annoying parts of it. So all you have to do is just put in pictures. You don't have to copy paste or think at all. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I love not thinking. It's my favorite.
And, yeah, and it definitely, like you were saying, Mike, it does like give you the structure. And I am a person
You and your
that
structures.
I need
should be a
structure
welder.
to feel like I'm actually accomplishing something. And so that is what this has provided for me. And aside from the fact that we're getting so much more listed, I appreciate so much what it's provided in the fact that it's now giving us
Last
as
point.
two people working together some structure.
Last point I'll just say for one-offs and things like that. That's our media store by far benefits the most from this because it's batches. But vintage cassette decks, receivers, the Guitar Hero guitars, I have a big stack of those. I'm able to batch as long as they've got the category filled out with it, you can do one-offs way faster than you could do it with ChatGPT, just because you don't have to copy and paste.
Right.
Well,
And it's automatic.
And also because you don't need to look up all of the details. Like, it's finding all of those crazy little details that we would have no clue about. It's finding it for us. And
we
putting it
use
in
the extra time to
description.
look for me pots of gold, which we have not found yet, but we keep searching.
Yeah, I know. Like in
Eventually.
the past, I would typically spend anywhere from 5 minutes to maybe 20 minutes just doing research and sites.
Yeah, no kidding. It's like
But no more.
ridiculous. Yeah. And
Look at
this
all that
does
time
it for
saving.
you in a matter of seconds.
Oh, absolutely. Very helpful.
Alex has a question there, Beard King Picker, if you want to.
Hey, Alex.
It's along the lines of what they're talking about.
Primo, are you looking up the books beforehand to see if they are even worth anything, or just doing the research after the pick on easy? We're listing everything. We don't care what it's worth. We have a minimum of a price of what we'll put on
is our
something,
minimum
whether
price.
it's really worth less than that or not.
Now, what
we'll
makes
take
it
offers.
it's easier, sandwich man there. It's easier because it's all film. The general theme of the entire library is film studies. So it is 10,000 film studies books, of which we've listed over 1,000 of them. Before the software, we listed maybe 200 over the course of like 3 years, and it was like pulling teeth.
Yeah.
Look, I pulled it. But now we can do it much faster. But it is helpful the more focused you are, because then you don't have to go through each book and look and see if it's valuable, because they're all have a value based on the particular genre or whatever, the film study thing.
Sure.
So they're from a professor, and so most of the books, and then we're pulling out $150 books too, that have historical value.
Yeah, you can sort of tell when a book is like valuable because it just looks
looks
cool.
valuable,
It has this like aura about it. You're like, that looks like a pretty
You
cool
can also
book.
be totally fooled by that, but-
Yeah, you can be. But yeah, we do find.
But no, Alex, no, we're not. We're
yeah.
absolutely not. Not.
We hope, and Alex, we hope, like, yeah, if it's a lower price one and someone throws us like a low offer on it, we're hoping that they'll just add another item in as well, and then it just makes everything.
Throw
worth
us some
it.
offers. We're pretty.
But we're fine. We just want to
easy.
get rid of them. So.
But the thing is to keep that value. We are over, I want to say, $28 to $32 a piece in that collection so far.
On
which
average.
is pretty high for books. I mean, that's.
And we're talking, half of these books, close to half, maybe not a full half, have highlighted text. They have margin notes because.
But they're signed by the by the
Because this
author.
professor was so well respected that publishers sent him review
And he would
books.
ruin it with
They-
highlighter, and people still want him.
They wanted
So great.
they wanted his feedback. So he would highlight and he would make notes and all of that stuff. But they still sell. Like, people don't seem to really mind the fact that they are marked up, some of them. I guess because he's still alive, actually.
I
He
love
was a
you. Never
well-respected
talk this much.
professor.
I love it. Keep talking. Let's go.
It's because you're not hosting. That's why.
She tries. She tries.
Right,
Just watch
exactly.
I don't give her a break. It's true.
So are books your favorite thing to sell, or
No.
is okay? So what is your favorite thing to sell? And also, you don't have to give like secrets, obviously, but how do you get a lot of your inventory? I mean, I see so many people, they've just got piles and piles of inventory and death piles of this. Like, I buy it, I list it. I don't have these piles. And I'm kind of jealous of people who just have all this stuff to list.
Well, I
Well,
mean,
they're
honestly,
probably jealous of me, but
our piles. I mean, it's. I guess it's gone back and forth. Our house has been full hoarder scene.
Mary.
Full like just like tiny little alleys filled with designer mid-century furniture. Depending on the time and the place, do we have a place to put this? I'm still gonna go buy it. We're gonna put it somewhere. It's gonna be in our living room and kitchen and dining room. And
we've been collecting for the whole time we've been together, mainly
30
because
years.
Of
Plus
him.
years.
I would say he's the reason why. And then I was just like, this crap is cool.
But it is it's the death pile is made of the broken, of the things that need a little polishing, of the things that aren't perfect. And they literally got death piled for 25 years of me selling on eBay, which I thought in the back of my head, this is my bank account, my
Retirement.
my retirement, so to
Fun.
speak.
Sure.
And I'm not wrong. It's not going to last quite as long as I thought, maybe, because we actually have to sell it.
Yeah.
And so the
And I'll just add, in regards to like where we get this stuff, it is through connections. We're not really going around here. It is very difficult to go into a Goodwill.
We don't thrift or anything. Not
Everything's
for
picked
fun.
over.
I mean,
It's so high priced.
you can get a thing at the thrift store every once in a while, but we don't go enough at any intervals anymore.
And we just have
More like a warehouse, and then somebody wants to sell a bunch of piles.
We just
You
have
gotta buy piles.
We just have some good connections, and
Like if you sit on a rock
they've
too long, you
lasted
get
a long
piles, right?
time.
okay. So you're buying out people's collections, and go ahead.
Well, generally speaking, 90% for the past few years, 90% of the inventory on eBay is death pile. 10% we are picking up during the year of everything we sell. So the bulk of stuff is, we have gone to 4 days of garage sailing this entire summer, 5 maybe. I don't even know. Not many. Each time we came home with an entire car full of stuff. So our area is still pretty ripe.
But like I said, we've been collecting for over 30 years, and we already mentioned how he had storage units filled with vintage, all Apple computers. Vintage Apple computers,
Like Apple Lisas, but I was buying them for like 15 cents a pound.
arcade games.
It was not.
But then
was not healthy.
we went through the mid-century modern furniture. We had an IBM here when they decided to like refurnish the whole complex. He bought out like all of the Herman Miller shell chairs.
Well, not all of it.
Well, a
got
lot of them, and
there was a lot.
around here he was paying like $5 for a chair, but we were selling them to Japanese customers for like $400 a chair. It was just crazy. He has always been able to like
There was nobody
foreshadow.
doing it, but there was just I was one of the few people out scouting stuff. There was nobody to compete with until the 2010s, I wouldn't say.
Yep.
I was all alone. I was just shoveling money into the back of the
It's
whatever car we had,
nothing
the van
like
or
what
whatever.
it was back then.
No, it was pretty
Nothing. And
good.
there's so much competition now. It's
Now it's
insane.
But
different. Yep.
I don't
Yeah.
know where did that money go. Did we bury any or something?
I wish.
We did travel a lot back in the day, so we did a lot of traveling. And if we went to New York City to drop off some Herman Miller chairs, we would just blow the entire amount of money we made going to, staying in New York City, having a good night,
But
Would you
we
buy
have
stuff and bring it home?
No, we wouldn't buy anything. We would take the Herman Miller chairs. Then it was always cash. They would give us a bunch of money, like go to the W something, like, hey,
go to
everybody,
the
throw in a-"
clubs.
and then we would drive home miserable.
And then we
'cause
drive home
we
with like $5 left. Like, oh, I hope we can get home.
had experiences though, like Gen Z. We were into experience.
It was fun, but
Jefferson Flips.
I was just going
Look
to
at that
say,
guy.
Oh, hey, Jefferson Flips, aloha. I was just going to say too, like we have some pretty good friends, or really good friends in like specific industries that have access to a lot of equipment and stuff that they don't need anymore. So for us, it's having the right connections. So if anyone
I
like,
don't think it's not a weird thing to, as a sourcing. I mean, it's not weird because we've cleared out most of the places around here, but media companies, radio stations, these places that are transitioning.
That's what got us in
Busted.
our media account on that obnoxious. Our account now, we don't get our funds until 3 days after confirmed delivery, and that's because we had this
huge sale.
This large sale of a whole bunch of Beatles radio show
What was it called?
CDs.
The Beatle years? The
Beatle years. We had years worth. And
it's like a show that was syndicated for like 25 years.
It was from a radio station that closed.
A lot of it.
Around the area, and we sold this a whole bunch of the years. We had each year listed separately, and we had customers say, hey, I'm really interested in all of them, and we combined them all into one listing.
I'm getting a little bored because she's doing all the talking. I'm going to have to go entertain myself.
We combined them all in one listing for the customer to just make it easier, so it wasn't like a whole bunch of different shipping charges that we would have to reimburse, because we all know that never works, combined shipping.
Correct.
And then lo and behold,
They shut you down.
literally like 2 days later, we get email from eBay saying, from this point forward, every sale you have, we are holding your funds until 3 days after delivery. And we are in this vicious cycle. It's so
not vicious.
hard.
It's not that hard.
Well, it's hard to figure out. I am very dramatic.
Yeah.
I'm very dramatic.
It's just, I mean, it may or may
annoying.
not be something that's coming to a wallet near you. I don't know how apparently they want to roll this out, but I don't think that it's going to roll out. I hope we can get ours undone, but at this point we don't know.
Oh, I think it will, and I think it's going to change, because with the current climate of all this extra listing, I mean, eBay's got to understand that people's volume of sales are going to go up tremendously, and not just one or two people, a number of people. Yeah. And they even said at the eBay Open, when posed the question, Josh posed this question to the trust and safety guy, I think, and he says, "Look, is this going to be a problem where all of a sudden people that have sold 10 items a week and now selling 100 items a week? I mean, how are you going to account for that?" And he says, "No, we encourage this. We want more sales. Obviously, if you guys make money, we're making more money as well." So
they're just going to hold it. They're going to hold your money for 1 year and 1 day. So, I mean, it really, in all reality, it's not the biggest thing. I mean, I don't know why I say this, because it's not like I'm giving them permission to do it. I'm just saying that it's not the worst thing in the world. It's not going to kill you.
It's not.
But it does encourage you possibly to, me personally, it's like, well, I better list more and more so that it makes it an more even payout. Because right now we go 3 days without anything, and then we get like $6, and then we get like 150, and then $2. But I'm sure we'll be okay.
Yeah, it's hard.
We'll probably make it.
It's hard to adjust to that just because we're
I hope everybody doesn't have to
odd
adjust to it,
anyhow. So
because it's frustrating, and I don't like to be frustrated.
we do have 2 other eBay accounts, so that don't have this type of restriction on it. So thank goodness for those.
But the term used was explosive growth.
Explosive sales. That's what we were told.
Explosive sales growth.
Yeah.
An actual term they use within eBay that indicates that they think you're sketchy because you made too much money.
And there's no
recourse.
Yeah, there's nothing. There's no pleading with them. It's just that's that.
Not 3 days after the sale, 3 days after shipping is received. You ship it, it goes through the USPS, hopefully, gets to the other side. And then 3 days after that,
Jovial,
and they say
that's
specifically on there, once we verify with the buyer that there are no problems with the item, or 72 hours pass, that's when you get your money.
Yeah,
and
it was real. It's really.
I'm not sure
weird.
they're even giving it to us in that, because I know I saw it does say we expect this money to be released on the 26th, and then and now it says the 28th. So that's not even accurate. I don't know. Who knows?
Jovial, it is. It's very hard.
I hope you don't get it, Jovial.
We can't keep track of it. There's like no way that we can see to keep track of when our funds are going to be available. It is that it makes it difficult.
Yes.
It makes it very difficult to figure
angry.
out.
Are you
Yes,
angry?
exactly. Like bills and stuff like that. It's so weird. I am angry.
There's a request for your story.
Reselling with Woody.
Hi, Reselling with Woody. Nice
Aloha.
to see you.
So old school artifacts. That's boring. Don't even look at that one.
Yeah, that one is
our oldest one.
Yeah, our oldest one.
And we've sort of abandoned it while we're trying to build up. Omega Moon Media. That's the one we're like loving and putting books into and trying to get that off the ground, which is working. And Junk Drawer Empire. Those are and that one is also doing quite well. And that one's doing well this week, while the media store is taking a break from doing well this week for some reason. It looks artificial, but
yeah, it is weird. Like
Pokey does not like talking about
Pokey,
limiting accounts and so forth.
So you just have this 3-day wait on one store, but not the other two. Like I don't sell on eBay anymore. I sell on a couple other platforms, and I have to wait until the person either rates me or 3 days after they get the item to get paid.
Is that Mercari or Poshmark?
That's I sell on Mercari.
Okay.
Poshmark.
So they're saying this is an industry thing.
Huh?
Right. They're saying it's an industry thing at eBay. Like they want to do that because these other places are doing it. And they're doing it to this one account because we opened it last June or whatever. Like it's a brand new account. It's compared to our other accounts, it's brand new. So that's why they did it. Even though 100% service metrics, nothing late, 100%, no defects at all, 0. The only thing we did was make a huge sale on one day.
Oh my God.
And yeah, that is what one of the eBay representatives told us.
ePay, right?
Is that this was something that a lot of the other platforms are doing, so they're sort of like
they're trying to smooch
emulating that.
Like everybody's gonna get it at eBay, and I'm like, well, not if you want to lose half your sellers. Not everybody's gonna get
this. But they implemented
I know some
this.
people.
They had implemented this over, I think,
like
in the UK, and people were slightly outraged over there. And of course, there's Vinted, that I guess is a big competitor.
They were all Hufflepuff
and
over there.
And so eBay ended up lifting that hold on funds because so many sellers were just like, "This is ridiculous."
Yes, they are making money. That's what they're doing. They're trying to take any little thing they can do to increase their 2% per quarter that's what they want. And
we were told by
it's called and poopification.
We were told by a supervisor at eBay that it's really important when there's something regarding their processes to actually give them feedback through the little question mark in the round circle in the bottom right corner.
Oh yeah, tell them all of your
And they
hate-filled
said that-
remarks. Don't do that. Send thoughtful remarks through the question mark or comments about eBay.
They said that goes to like specific departments, and it's not like filtered through the AI or customer service people. It goes directly to these departments. And he said, we need feedback from our sellers. We need feedback from the users. And it's really important. So if you're unhappy with this process or this new policy, you need to give us feedback. So anyhow, that is what we have done. And we just hope that anyone else that ends up getting affected by this will do the very same thing so that eBay realizes that
they're going to pay.
US users also do not like this.
let me ask you a question now on that deal in question. You did sell it for, I believe, $4,000, but you originally had a $20,000 list price on it just to protect the buyer.
Just to protect the buyer. That was all it was for.
But do you think that had an effect on?
We're not sure, you know.
I don't see how 4,000 was that sketchy.
No.
You know, I had $400 days on that account, so it was 10 times. Maybe 10 times is what flicks the switch and tripwire. I don't know. Seems like they have a lot of tripwires around that place.
Yeah.
It's not it's unclear to me why I have most definitely sold $10,000 things on eBay, after not selling anything for a while and never had an issue.
They've just
so
changed.
Whatever this was a I'm pretty sure it was an AI overreach that I can't undo somehow for some reason. And I have talked to John, Flippin' Ain't Easy. John went to the eBay Open 2025 and used some of his time to express his concern about my particular problem. He got a name of a person who I reached out to, and I have not heard back from them. And on the same day I reached out from, my sales in that store got totally kneecapped. And they're literally sitting here just completely kneecapped. I'm not saying they're connected. I'm not even inferring it. I'm just saying coincidence.
You gotta wonder, though. You never know.
They're always up to something. And I just want to point out, Ping G was mentioning the cost of goods sold. The only thing I think about that, I love jumping around subjects. The reporting your cost of goods sold. There was something I heard about, and it makes sense, that if there is a problem with your item and they have to refund you or do a seller protection or anything, that they're going to move towards giving you your cost of goods sold, not the sale price.
Wait,
That's why
doesn't
I'm not
Amazon
using it.
do that?
I'm not using it for that reason. Sorry,
I swear I remember hearing something about Amazon doing something like that months ago.
They're very tricky.
Where it was now only like your wholesale costs that they were like refunding you if they damaged something
if you hear something. eBay's gonna do it.
Months ago, yeah. But yes, and that's just it, Ping G. A lot of people are really happy about being able to put in their cost of goods, which I'm happy they're happy, but we're not doing that. No.
I'm gonna stuff it with the wrong numbers. $1 million. I got this for. I'm selling it at a loss. I sell everything at a loss. That's my business model.
I mean, we're not that we're thinking too much about it. Like, oh, what are they going to do with our data? We're just not. That's all. We keep track of our own stuff and
right up here.
Google Sheets.
Now, it's interesting though, because now a lot of people, like Tina had mentioned, you just hide that cost of goods in the custom SKU. But I mean, eBay sees that also, right?
They do.
They see that as well. So there's no real benefit from doing it that way. There's no safeguards. I mean, let's put it that way.
if it's helpful, if you've got to keep track, I mean, you definitely should use any tool you need to keep track. I just, if the more data you give the giant data vacuum that turns around and takes your data and then charges you for it somehow, I mean, I just feel better not giving them that.
Sure.
So what is John saying? As long as it's optional, they will not implement such a policy. If they did, nobody would use it. The cogs, is that what he's talking about?
Yeah,
Maybe.
because he had a comment above also.
Yeah,
like
you don't have the
the
comment
initial
showing.
follow-up.
No, I don't.
I don't know if you can find that, Mike. Let me see here. eBay doesn't care about cogs. If they did, it would not be an optional setting. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
They're making a future for themselves. They're like, we're going to burn these guys, these sellers. We got 1,000 ways to burn them. And we're going to implement 1 or 2 a year. They got this thing planned out for the next 50 years. You know, like, how are we going to do it to them?
Butter them up.
That's right.
Now, is that, do you sell anywhere but eBay?
No.
Or just okay. I guess
I mean, we do
eBay
local sales too, of course, but
local.
Yeah, we've definitely considered and thought about it. But we,
for hard
eBay
goods,
is
it's
our-
such a
eBay
collectible
is our
hard goods,
place.
vintage stuff. It's like, isn't eBay the place? I have sold in the past. We sold on Vintage and Modern, which became something at One Kings Lane, and then I sold for a while on One Kings Lane, and then there was Cherish, a couple other of these. I think more furniture related websites.
Okay.
A while ago. I mean, like really a long time, like 15 years ago.
Oh,
when I had my store. And
right.
stuff.
He didn't mention that he actually had a brick and mortar store also.
I would not do that again.
2006? What was that?
Like 2010 to 12.
Okay.
Maybe.
And around here in Vermont, because he was selling all designer like furniture and stuff, but people around here don't really care about the designer name. It was more just they wanted something that looked cool.
They're cheap. Yeah.
And so we were noticing that our customers were actually out of state, New York City, California, because he was still listing on like Craigslist and stuff when people would actually search Craigslist at that time. And so it's like his store was just more of a storage or a warehouse rather than a lot of like walk-in sales. And so he ended up closing that after a year or something, right?
It was like, a year and a half or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't too long.
And then that was when you sort of shifted from big pieces, furniture pieces, to smaller things.
eBay is the place to be. I think. I'm a big fan, even though they're not always that friendly. They're not always that friendly, but I still really appreciate the whole eBay thing. And it is the greatest. I mean, Bonanza, like what would I do? Where else would we go? For the hard goods, for the collectible hard goods and the type of stuff we sell, there's just nowhere else to go.
Oh, and I think that the only reason why you would say like eBay is unfriendly is it's just not what it was when you first started, which was so easy. It was super seller friendly, and times have changed. There so many more people selling, so many more people scamming. There's internet now, computers, everyone has computers, everyone figures out how to scam. So I get eBay had to sort of like tighten the reins and make it
Well, they didn't
harder.
have to. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess they did. But it's like have you heard that term enshittification, which is the degrading of an internet platform because at first they start by kissing the sellers' butts because you're the number one. We need you first. We got to onboard all the sellers so we can sell the stuff to the buyers. And then they go then corporate. Then we need to schmooze corporate clients and get them on board. Then we can crap on the tiny guys and just punch their wallets until dust comes out. And that's the phase we're in right now. Is the seller wallet punching. Jeez. And I don't think we get out of it ever. The literally the platform will have to go through a massive change, like even change a name or something before it turns around. So That sounds sad and hopeless. But what? So I try to maintain a positive attitude about it. But prices are only going to go up. Fees are never going to go down. Look for any angle you can find and any shortcut you can take as far as prices. I mean, selling fees and costs and stuff. And keep. I think the emphasis on customer service is going to go up.
Seller providing customer service.
Yeah, that's the only way you're going to rise above the muck.
Jovial was asking, can you?
Oh, right. I was going to just go do that and see what happens if I try that. I don't think anything will, because I don't even know if I have access to payouts.
Well, what's interesting too is this.
Well, I do have access to payouts, but
this account was considered like
it doesn't give me how often to do it or when to do. Wait, next payout Tuesday. So it does let me do payouts, but that's only the money that's available. Like it's being held. So it's not even there, Jovial.
But this account was not considered a business account, and we were like, oh, maybe we should change it to a business account because those are treated differently. We know over in the UK when they were implementing the holds on funds, it was only for the personal accounts, not for business accounts. And the eBay rep said, well, unfortunately, no. Here, even if you change it to a business account, it doesn't change anything. Your funds will still be held. And we're like, oh, okay, good to know.
And then we sobbed softly.
There's just no way out of it. Hi, Rosie.
Hi, Rosie.
Aloha.
Nice to see you.
And Craig had a question, Land Shark Picker and Jefferson Flips. So there's a couple questions rolling in.
Live selling.
Yeah, we've been thinking about all the different permeations of reselling. I mean, I talked to Ivan when District first opened up, and and honestly, if I wasn't gonna do it like Trash to Cash, if I wasn't Commonwealth Picker, to me there was no reason to do that, because he's that guy. They're together doing this thing and working together. Unless I went out and I'm very adverse to hard work at this point in my life. I want to smooth into retirement. I really don't want to. I'm at least at this point not interested in building anything that makes you stay awake at night. I just want to go to bed.
It's
that, yeah.
It's hard for us to get our crap together.
We got our crap together, all right.
To focus on trying like something new.
It does take a lot of energy.
It does, and
we set up a place over at our warehouse to live sell.
And then
we have a space
it became
to do it.
Almost overwhelming to us, and we're like,
do I
no,
really
just
eBay.
eBay.
I don't even like being in this hole. I don't want to be here. Let's sell to people, and then I got to pack it all. I'm like, why don't? And this is the honest truth. That stupid program again, List Easier, is like, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna go list it all for hella cheap on live selling. I'm not going to let it sit in a death pile anymore. I'm going to take every piece of it and put it into the system and cash it in for the highest price I can get out of every single piece that I've held for 20 years. Thank you.
But live selling, yes, we have thought about it.
We have.
We're just not at that point. We're not able to like get our crap together.
If I can
our
cast
physical crap
if I
and
may cast
our
an
mental
aspersion,
crap.
may I cast an aspersion?
Guess
Some parts of live selling are on the Whatnot. I did bit to me feels very like more not family, but like I almost know everybody, and it seems safer. Whatnot seems like a crazy
Jungle.
place of stolen goods and who knows what. So I kind of didn't want to go. I did and didn't want to go. I flip-flopped about going to Whatnot, and then have now just come to the conclusion that we're just going to work hella hard and put it all
If
on
eBay opened
eBay.
up live selling to more people, would you do it?
I would give it a shot, absolutely,
would,
but they're not. They just
eBay.
want $1 million sellers or something.
Yeah,
over there.
yeah,
They're
yeah.
really they're discouraging, and even I think sometimes they do try to keep us down a little bit sometimes.
You have to have previous experience with another live selling platform as a requirement.
But you remember
They didn't want whatnotters though.
Yeah.
Oops,
we're,
we just
we're
froze.
frozen.
I'm
But
fixing it.
you remember
It's an hour, you're frozen.
Beard did a live
He tried to-
some months ago,
tried
and
to
while he
sign
was
up.
live, he was trying to register for the eBay live selling, and one of the questions was, do you have any experience live selling? And it was like, you answer yes, no, and then they ask what platform, and if you answered whatnot, they said something like
A hole
oh.
opened up in the ground, and you got sucked down.
Yeah,
into it,
it was
and that
sort of
it.
like nope.
Wow.
No way, Jose. Serious question, Primo. Would Primo consider getting larger glass?
Dude, I don't. They don't make
Yes!
them any bigger. They don't, and I'm not kidding, Todd. When you get prescription lenses, they come in these big round discs, and then you have to cut them to fit in the lenses. This was literally the bit. They couldn't move the lens anymore. They couldn't do it. So unless I got like space glass
I love
or
that
something,
hat, Mike. That is awesome.
I spent 5 minutes setting this hat up. I gotta get my
you
money's worth.
did,
out.
and
It's
you
so
can't even
great.
tell. That's what's awesome.
Professional
What
job.
happened to the greatest American baseball team on earth in Canada? What happened to them anyway?
North American.
I can't name a single player on that team, but their logo and this hat is just too good.
Corduroy.
That's
It's a
you.
corduroy hat.
Craig, are you talking? You said you can apply for it, but you have to have a large following. Is that the eBay Live?
And they might
That's
they might
just
judge you on
the,
your
like, is list easier.
social media.
List easier is
Oh.
desktop right now.
You can use it nicely on your phone.
You could use your
But
browser
it's
on
not
your
designed for that.
phone.
I think it is. It shrinks up a little bit, but not enough to really use it.
Ideal is just on a desktop, though. Yeah.
No, I have heard a lot about List Easier. That wouldn't be helpful as far as you say cross posting to other platforms, right? They just literally help you list, and then if you want to cross post, you can do that either manually. Somebody like me who's Stone Age, I just copy and paste. I don't use any.
Yeah.
I'm
You
just
You
Stone
can
Age.
easily do that. That's its right now. Its purpose is listing.
Okay.
Their
But
plans are to expand it into multiple functionalities.
They're they're very.
It's
I had a
the
request.
ALOHA.
I believe that is something in the not too far future that they are.
There's a TV show
considering-
called The King, the Chief of War. It's actually pretty good. There was some weird stuff last night
With
that I didn't
Jason
like,
Mo.
but
Momoa?
Jason Momoa. Just putting that out there.
Oh my goodness, it's so good. It's Hawaii. It's about the history of Hawaii. It's so
It's
good.
about the
It's pretty
King
brutal,
Kamehameha coming up, and everybody. And then,
pretty brutal. It's
I don't want to spoil.
Yeah. But yes, anyhow, with List Easier, they're very responsive to people's suggestions and questions, and a lot of people have asked about if they're going to be making a cross lister.
Yes, if you are a paying customer, then you can request them. They'll listen to you. If they don't have your category, and it's very category contingent, this software, it's the first thing you choose when you go into it. You choose a category, so that's why we talked about batches and stuff. Is the optimal way to use it. Although you can definitely do one-offs, still saves you time.
Sure.
But the categories, they're not all there. They optimize each one individually, so they work really well, and you can request, and they will honor that.
Yeah, it's really great.
Like
yeah.
the Didbit golf guy, he comes on our live sometimes, and he's around the community. Obviously, it's pretty obvious he sells golf clubs, and he signed up for
Yeah, right.
for List Easier, and they found out that, and it did have the category for golf clubs, but they weren't. It was too tricky because golf clubs are just these shiny chrome ball things, and it just was having a hard time doing it. So they had to take that down, and they're working with TaylorMade or one of the golf club companies to try to train their AI a little bit better before releasing it. So that's what they offer, is a responsive and dedicated
And they don't want to
team of developers.
they don't want to release access
I just
to
made up those words. They sounded really good.
they don't want to release access to a category unless it's 99.7 accurate.
Yeah. Ivory Snow accurate. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because they want people to have
What are you doing to
confidence.
that head?
He's so
You're kneading
cute.
his skull there.
Yes.
That's a good boy.
And I think that AI just naturally has to get better. I mean, it's just the
Yeah, it
nature of the
will.
beast. So we have to kind of all be a
It's
little
early.
patient, and not that much time either. I mean, like, they say that the technology
Months.
doubles every
Yes.
10 years.
Yeah. This
Now
is
for
way
AI,
It's
faster
gonna be
than that.
faster.
Way
every
faster.
every two months, I think, for AI.
I mean,
So,
have you seen and you know the eBay, this, I was just thinking about this today, and I am now have convinced myself this is fact. The eBay AI listing stuff is broken on purpose. I can actually think of a million reasons why they would break it on purpose. Somehow to make money. But they keep it so that you have to come up with your own title, and it doesn't even have a description, and then you kind of add a little bit, like, it's way too, you have to partake in the creation process too much. And we can simply see that 3 Canadians of all people were able to put together a piece of software. Just kidding. Put together a piece of software that way better, just if you're just looking at which one's better. I mean, eBay is a multi-billion-dollar company, so my thought is it's broken on purpose. And then other companies do the same thing. They dumb down features, even though it's a fully functional piece of software. They dumb it down. Must be a reason for it.
I think, and I think Josh made this point, so I'll give him the credit for the idea. But I think that eBay is intentionally not really rolling out their AI lister to its full capacity, because what happens is they're not going out using external AIs. They're using their own. And the problem with the AI, with the eBay database, is that it's old and decrepit and full of mistakes. Yeah. So if they're going to like really depend on their own database and use their own AI, it's not going to be a good product. I mean, look at what it looks like after 2 years being rolled out. Not that good.
No, it looks
It's worse.
the exact same as when we tried it a year ago, where we were like, this is awful.
The very first days, it put a title. It made a title. And then they took that out. I'm like, oh.
Unless we were just lucky, because after that, it was not working. And
we could have
been
had a fever dream, but it did work. I mean, it worked once. And we only tested it with 45 records. So, Callie Debs, aloha.
They're coming out of the woodwork, guys. Yeah, John did a really good video where he did a demonstration right on his video.
It was just shocking how bad it was.
It was actually more harmful than helpful.
It was exactly
way more
what
time.
I experienced a year ago when I was trying to use it. I was shocked that nothing has changed, and I was more shocked that they were pumping it up at the eBay Open. Like, what? This hasn't even changed.
This magical tool.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, that's embarrassing and weird.
Did you say hi to Biscuit Buns over there?
Biscuit Buns, yes. What up?
Aloha, Archie.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
It's kind of that's surprising. Archie just reminded me how, if you were to ask me name like a TV couple that you most resemble, I would definitely say All in the Family. Archie and Edith over here. Archie, she's running around with her hair on fire. Archie,
totally.
That
like,
is come on,
me.
Their videos or little shorts have been coming up in my feed.
Oh, really?
YouTube. Yeah, just little snippets of them, and then of course, if you watch it, then you keep getting fed.
Yeah, you get sucked in there.
Oh, it is fun.
I remember when, I think that was the 70s, because I remember when it was like on. I mean, I was young, but
I watched it live. Yeah, for sure.
My grandparents watched it. My grandfather especially loved it.
My grandfather yelled at Meathead multiple times, like live.
Yeah, I thought Meathead was obnoxious. But they did feed me one where he actually you actually kind of sympathized with him, but under normal circumstances I thought
There
he
was a couple. Grandpa would always be like, "Don't you be a meathead." Look under account settings, seller account, and scroll all the way to the bottom to payout schedule to change. I did just look that up, and I can't. It doesn't. I can change the schedule. It only will allow access, and it will only give me money that is not being held. So there's nothing. I can't get it out of that hold lock.
Yeah, so essentially, if we have
available funds,
if we have a sale,
get
that money on average is not available until day 11 after the sale.
Ugh.
So we're waiting about...
You're changing the color in our room somehow.
11 days to get the money from each sale.
Innovation.
And it's literally each individual sale.
Wow.
So it's not like oh, you have $400 on hold, here you go, we're releasing it today. It's literally, here's $20 because that was from 11 days ago. Here's $30.
Yeah, she had ChatGPT say, well, how long, if I sell 10 items a day for $10, how long till I get the first dollar back? Because you have to ship, and shipping is $5 an item. And it said 11 days before you get $1.
So because your money is held and it's not technically available, any shipping comes out of these funds, which are now making your available funds go negative. It's
Silver
like
hair
the
stacker is
weirdest
super
thing.
gross.
God.
Look at his
It's
gross.
the weirdest thing.
He's so gross today. Look at
Nice.
that.
Awesome, Todd. You are having an awesome day. I'm telling you, Todd does, I mean, just as much as a full-timer.
He does good for an old man, I'll tell you. We have this little thing, Todd and I. We're 4 months apart in age. So we always grab bragging rights about who's older or younger.
Well, you're luckier because you have like a whole body and he just has an arm. So you're ahead of the game.
Right, he's missing everything but an arm.
I sent him a package once. He bought something for me. I did one of my few live sales. So it was, instead of his name on the package, I drew a little picture of the man. He got the joke. And it went right to him.
That is hilarious.
The postman recognized it as address.
Right to him.
We did get to meet him in Nashville, like the whole time.
The whole person.
Yeah.
No, we watched that. Actually, we watched your video.
Live
Even we were like, there was like, maybe you couldn't hear. I can't remember what it was. There was
it was
something
pretty
about
bad.
We sat through an hour of that video.
Oh, I give you a lot of credit.
We did it.
We saw Todd. It was so great. Yeah.
That was like the funniest thing.
To put a face to the arm.
Yeah, no, we were honored because, like, when I was doing the remote, I was just, first of all, it was a whole, horror show because I had never used my phone for a live, right? And then I couldn't do the reverse camera, so it wasn't the reverse image, so I had to keep on turning the camera around.
Do you have an iPhone? Is it an
no,
iPhone?
Android.
Oh, because you can't do it on an iPhone when you're live. You can't switch the camera.
I might have been able to, but you know what? It was in the heat of the moment. It was like I made the mistake of just going live right at the moment. I've learned now to do a little test live, like when I went live in Vegas a couple of weeks ago. I did a test live. Before that, worked out a little too. Yeah, and that was great. I mean, we had 20 people on the test live. I mean, where they all come from? I guess people have notifications. Did
you actually do one from? You did one pre-event. Did you actually have any lives from your events, that like your party that you did, or at the restaurant? Because I don't think we saw that.
We did. I did before eBay Open even started. I did one little remote, one little day in the life vlog, with Archie.
Yes, we saw that one.
That one, and then I did do the coverage of the eBay Open and the meetup.
And there was one with John that was sitting in a restaurant, and you
Right,
switched
that
off
was a
with
live.
John.
That was a live.
That
We
was
did the live.
yeah. We
We
did
did the
see
live from
some
the
of
restaurant, and that was it. So I got three videos out of that. But oh yeah, just going back to Todd now. So now I'm walking around, not really knowing what I'm doing with this phone, and then bad set of timing, because at the exact moment I went live, Joe and Nicole did their reseller roundup show, right, with the loudspeaker and everything. So it was
that.
just
Oh boy.
it really was a mess, you know. And then I had to. I said, Mary, put your phone, set your phone up for the live and let me have it. So, just let me have it. So now I needed, so I was using her phone as a monitor and my phone reversed as the camera. And I didn't realize that there was like feedback between the two of them. So
Well, we were
Oh, boy, yeah.
we were what do you call it? Just like watching. We were on the edge of our seats, watching every second of it.
no, it was like an hour. It was about an hour and a quarter live, and only about a half an hour of it was really intelligible at all. But we did the best we can. But now I come upon Todd, right? As I immediately took the phone and faced it towards the ground, which did not adversely affect the quality of the video at all. I knew that, but I said, you know what? I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna breach your anonymity and all. She said, no. You can show me. And I was very honored that we were the ones in the entire YouTube.
Yeah.
We got to the big reveal.
We did the big reveal of Scott Silver Hair
The
Stalker.
silver
So I
hair
was
stuff.
very honored by that.
Is that video still up? We all have to go watch it now.
Yeah, it's up. Yeah, they're all up. I don't put any of them down.
There was one time I did catch a glimpse of him in the reflection of his truck when he did a video, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And I like froze the video, and I was like, "Look, I sort of see him."
We blew it up. We've got it on the wall at the warehouse, 8 feet wide.
No, we were all curious. It's like when you do that, when you deny people, that curiosity just gets the better of you. And
Like
I-
lag.
lag too,
Who the
right?
hell is lag?
And like
We're
I want
gonna
to like
find
meet
him
all
one
these.
day.
I want to meet all these people. I want to meet everybody, of course.
I think if we build a basement and drive it around long enough, we'll find lag. He'll find us.
Well, we were absolutely grateful for the videos that you and John put out during the eBay Open, because
So we didn't FOMO.
yeah, it
didn't
was
FOMO at the
so
mouth.
exciting, and for not being there, we were like, we feel connected to it. It was
Yeah.
great watching it. So thankful.
Well,
So
that
thank you
that
for
really
those.
is the intent of our channel. I
Yeah.
mean, like in addition to promoting and encouraging people to get out to the meetups, it's not practical all the time. So in the alternative, we bring the meetup right to to the people at home. And one of my favorite things, and what I've done at every meetup, I've done it in Vegas, I've done it in Omaha, done it in Nashville, did it in Vegas again. I make sure to have a live right on the ground. You know what I mean? So that people can at least get to kind of experience to some degree the feeling of being there. And maybe that'll encourage them to come the next time, or if they can't make it next time, they can certainly just tune in on the live streams.
Yeah, I love it. It's great. So thanks.
And the next one that we're actually, I'm going to get to go to the next one too. We're actually helping to organize that one. That's the East Tennessee reseller meetup coming up September 26th to 28th.
Oh, with the
Go ahead and
is that the reseller locker room?
Yes.
Guys?
yeah,
Nice.
the resellers locker room, and Mike and I we're organizing that one. So that's it's just under a month away now.
Yeah.
So
Wow, that's
Alex and
exciting.
Jefferson are in the chat.
Is
So
it
we're having a
is there
great
like a
time.
lot of there's a lot of resellers in Tennessee? Is there
Yeah, quite a few.
is it just they're on YouTube, or is there like sort of like a epicenter there?
No, there's a bunch of non-YouTubers, in the community that go there. I mean, like, look at Ray's meetups, the Nashville Flipper meetup. I mean, over 200 people.
Yeah. Oh, right. Yes. Yeah. We saw
And he's
that.
anticipating 300 next year.
Wow.
And now, Ben and Alex.
That's why it's curious. Isn't that curious that there's so many people?
But they find out about it through watching YouTube videos, though,
Yeah,
right?
true.
Because how else do they find out about it?
No, I think it's a big country. There's a lot of resellers throughout the country. You don't realize that there are a number of them. Now they might not all be so visible as in terms of being an actual presence in the YouTube space. There's a lot of them. Like we are in the process of developing a meetup in St. Louis right now, just
Wow.
by doing some investigating and all, and looking into like venues and this and that. You don't realize how many people are in not just St. Louis or in New York or in Nashville, in Tennessee or whatever, or Vegas, but there's just a lot of people that are around. You just may not, you may not know about them initially, but
They
that's the
seem like
purpose
they're
of
all in Florida.
a lot in Florida.
Yeah, there are a lot of
A lot of Florida. A lot of YouTubers in Florida, But like I said,
Yeah.
it's not like you don't go to like we're gonna do some in Ohio, right, Mary? We're definitely gonna do something in Ohio coming up.
Yes, I
And there's a lot,
really do plan on that. Yes.
and there's a lot of there's plenty that we got in store. I mean, we're doing it one
Mhm.
step at a time.
But
But
up to now, I've only been allowed to go to meetups in Tennessee.
Tennessee, yeah. It's
Yeah,
for
but they've
music.
all been in Tennessee. So this will be
That's
my,
your territory. It's like
yeah,
right there.
yeah. Ohio, it's fine, but I'm going to meetups in Tennessee apparently. So
You can't drive to the backyard, but you'll drive 700 miles
right.
in Tennessee.
There are a ton of us in Ohio, though. I mean,
Wow.
people.
Well,
Yeah,
we know do you know Jason T. Smith? Do you know him, YouTuber?
I used to watch him. I did. Yeah, he hasn't.
And his mom lives there somewhere in Ohio.
I went. She actually did. She had a table at a tiki bar, and I was gonna go meet her a couple years ago, and I didn't wind up getting to go. But she was just like in Powell, where I just moved from, at a tiki bar there. So
she's
Undertow,
awesome.
Undertow, maybe or something.
it
There's
was
probably a
called
couple there now.
who,
Can't remember what they're called, but she's like
Mm.
80 plus years old, still doing tables at events and
yes.
reselling. So it is a good profession to have that you can carry into your
Sure.
your ages.
doubt.
Yeah. it
Yeah.
is.
I forgot she's here, and Flipping Junk is here. Millennial Prophet, Dad Planet, Bolo Buddies, SSK
Wow.
Primo, Roman
Wow.
Adventures. I mean, I'm gonna miss a major person, but like,
Well,
there,
it is. Ohio is kind of a place where like a lot of stuff like kind of
Happens, yeah.
we're
goes.
the heart of it
A
all.
lot of states,
That's
yeah.
what we call ourselves, the heart of it all.
Yeah, Jimmy.
So yeah, I could definitely, and some of those people have said that they would, that they would come to a meetup. If I actually did plan one in 2020. We were going to have it over at Urban Myers. And do you guys ever watch Bolo Buddies?
I haven't heard of them. No.
Courtney, her name's Courtney. She's actually got a decent sized channel. She and I were co-planning it, but then we all know what happened in 2020.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, I had the venue booked and everything, but this was before I knew. I mean, I know a lot more people now, but this was back in 2020, and it got shut down. And so I never tried to plan it again, but I do know I would have support if I did plan one here.
The community is, I'm guessing, well, because we didn't really start watching YouTube specific content till we started being eBay specific content on YouTube until we started doing it ourselves. And then we've looked back and gone back in time and forward. It has changed a lot. And the people who are on have come and gone, and sometimes they come back and stuff.
Yeah.
But the actual community has changed a bit. So people you saw on like 4 years ago, just a few people have made it. John Flippin' Ain't Easy.
Josh.
I guess he's been on for 4 years.
A couple of years, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, some of the old the old guard, like Craigslist Hunter Pete and John Cincinnati Picker.
Yeah, he's been doing it forever.
Lonnie is an old timer. Old Dominic, Primetime Treasure Hunter. Plenty of them, yeah.
I don't know either.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's. I see Craig Landshark Picker in the chat. He and I would always chat on Dominic Primetime Treasure Hunters lives that he did. I mean, I've been probably watching reselling content since maybe 2016 or 2017.
Wow.
So yeah, Craig and I go way back.
A decade.
Yeah,
of
darn
eBay
near.
on YouTube.
Todd is my hero. When I am his age, I want to be just like him, except everyone will get to see what I
Yeah,
look like.
that's right.
Oh, Todd's the greatest. Like I didn't even know. I just recently figured this out a month or so ago. How so it's Valerie had a morning
Candy
show.
O is
And
here.
whoa, Candy O, aloha. Valerie, don't call her Val. I can't remember what her YouTube name is, but she had a morning show for years, and Todd and Tom and everybody were on that. And then she left, and then they started their morning show. I just like it. I like the whole community and how the history of it all, and I'm glad I can be a tiny little part of it.
Yeah, it really is. It really is fascinating. I mean, I took to the community right away. I mean, this is my standard story. I've told it a million times, but like when I first, I started, selling during like a lot of people during the pandemic, and I knew nothing, And what do you do when you know nothing? You try to learn to kind of get a little bit of ahead of the learning curve, and I did just what everyone else does. I mean, you just go watch YouTube videos, and that was my only purpose initially, to just learn how to sell on eBay. And what I didn't know, what I didn't expect was that there's kind of a community that surrounds it. I mean, I was like so naive that I didn't think there was like a community outside my eBay room. You know what I mean? It's like there are people out there. There are people out there, and they're just like you and I,
Yeah.
and they're good people, and you can get to know them too. So like I started watching all these YouTube videos and started becoming enamored of all of the YouTubers and everything, and had my favorite ones and tuned into them as well. And then when I found out that there was in fact a community and there were meetups, I said, wow, this is, I didn't even know that was a thing, right? And then I just, actually went to my first meetup, and I was literally blown away from the love and the support and everything from the community. And I knew that was my purpose. I committed myself from that very first meetup, which was this one. It was the Boss Reseller meetup.
Oh yeah, okay.
2022.
That's Vicky. Is that
Vicky and Katie, and I've like grown to like really, become very close to them, just like you do with everyone. And I've been back to Vegas like 6 times since 21 when I first went there, and I got to meet and love John and Jenna and Archie, and it's just a great thing. I mean, I really committed to like going to every meetup I possibly could, and I've kind of owed up to that, commitment to myself. And then when the opportunity came to like do something on YouTube, which I resisted because I'm not a in front of the camera celebrity type, so I'm not so uncomfortable.
Now.
I am now, right? But I really got, and I'm so grateful that I actually got railroaded by all my, I was like starting to hang out with everyone, going to all these meetups. So I got to know the Trash the Cash contingent. I got to know the Vegas contingent and the Florida contingent and everybody. And I got to know everybody. And they're all YouTubers. They were all like kind of ganging up on me to like do this YouTube thing. I said, "No, I really don't want to do it. I really don't want to do it." But here I am, because like when I finally realized that it was my calling to do a meetup channel, then it was like at least I had some purpose and some focus.
Well, you're great at it.
Oh, thank you. I won't say that.
I hope one day we can come to one of your meetups.
Yay!
We will make. Well, I mean, we've got to at some point. We got to get out of here.
Well, we just might have to make a meetup in Vermont, Primo, so that
then we would have a hard time saying no to that. Yes.
Chris Nutter had one there at the beginning of the month.
Yeah.
So if he does it again, I'll make sure you guys know about it.
Yeah, I didn't know. I mean, I have seen his name come by. I didn't know he was having a meetup or anything in Vermont.
Yeah. It was at a bowling alley. It wasn't like a 3-day thing, like we're doing, but
it was just a informal thing, just a quick little get together.
No weekender with multiple costume changes.
Right.
Right. And that's what we do. I mean, that's I think if we can at least bring the awareness to people in their areas of what's happening, so at least you don't have to like, it's tough to like, get on a plane from New York and fly across the country and put yourself up in a hotel and spend money for meals and everything. It's costly. So like if we can like bring the awareness that there are meetups all over, even if they're small ones, just casual, small little affairs, then maybe you might be inclined to kind of drive a couple of miles and and check them out if they're in your area. So that's why Mary is just wonderful in keeping our social media
Yeah,
up to
she
date.
is.
She posts like a
Good
million things a
job.
day. I mean, I go to our Facebook page every day, and I literally learn about all these. I don't know where she gets all this information. I learn about all
You're
the
like, oh,
meetups by reading my own page.
this is a good resource. Oh, it's my
Yeah.
page. Thank you.
And like, you know, I'm like, I'm getting all of the credit, or I think I'm getting the credit, but like, I have nothing to do with it. Everybody, it's all
That is
it's
so
all her.
awesome.
She's wonderful.
Well, it does say Mike Metcalf meetups on it, so yeah,
You got to change the name.
I get called
M&M
Squirrel
meetups.
Dude and Hey Man, and yeah, it's sometimes
I would
they
like
say,
to do a GoFundMe so we can get a like at least like a 40-person jet. Can we get that figured out? And then oh, you know, where do you need me? I'll go anywhere you want.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Beard King Peaker only went to Nashville to meet up to
meet
meet
his
Todd's
hand.
hand.
Oh, Todd.
Yeah,
Is
Yeah,
there
people
anything you
shoulda-
can't do?
People should have
Silver
posed
hair.
with his arm only, you know. That would have been great. Photo op.
Oh yeah, that would have been. It's just the hand.
So how you
He's
guys
best friends
doing?
with cousin Thing. Surprise.
I just want to ask you, how you guys doing? You holding up? I know that it's past your bedtime.
Oh yeah, no, I'm totally
You're good.
asleep. These I
Okay.
just painted my eyeballs.
You're
on
just
the
faking it,
outside.
right?
I'm still
You're faking
talking,
it,
but
right? All right,
we
because
drank
I'll sleep.
some coffee before.
that's true. I got.
Because I'll keep you here all night. You know that. I just want to be considerate of your needs and all. All right, we'll go a little bit longer. Like I said, before we went live, I said to Primo and Spam, look, the only guidelines to the live is that there are none, and we kind of take it as we go along, and as long as people are engaged and there's no drop in the viewership and people seem to be wanting it. I mean, I'll stay all night. I mean, we did a 7.5 hour
Oh my
stream
gosh,
last
I
night.
gotta go to bed. I can't do that.
I wasn't.
I have seen last year a friend of mine ran a
New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve thing that was tiki based, which by the way, don't ever do that because once it goes around the first time, the people get really drunk, and it was almost
They were
like,
doing
should we
it-
call the hospital on this guy?
They were doing it for every time zone in the world.
in the world.
Oh.
And so some people were doing it for 24. That's not a good thing to do when you're actually having cocktails. So it was very interesting, let's say that. But most of the people, you couldn't understand what they're saying because they were so wasted.
I will have you at least go ahead and shout out your live shows just so we make sure to get that in before we do wrap up eventually. I want to make sure.
Yeah. Our channel is called it's named after me, Primo Kimo. And Kimo is Kimo. It is not like CHEMO. It's KIMO, which is Jim in Hawaiian, or my name is James. James in Hawaiian is Kimo.
Didn't know that.
And Primo is the beer. Primo.
The main man.
Primo beer.
Yes.
Oh.
And so the channel is Primo Kimo. The show is on, our live show is on Monday and Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern. And it's just a little fun, me and her, mostly me yelling at the microphone about nonsense. And it's while you do stuff on eBay, we talk about eBay. You know.
And
You know,
I think everyone
like-
here in the chat are regulars on your
Bye,
show.
Pitco.
So we're talking.
Pico, where are you going? Just because it's 2:30 in the morning, what do you think you're doing?
Oh,
Get back to your desk and watch us some more. Thank you for joining
sorry,
us,
Mike.
Pico.
I interrupted you.
No, that's quite all right. That's no problem. No, but I just wanted to say that I know everyone here was preaching to the choir here because everyone are, are regular, pretty much regulars in your show. But maybe in the replay, if anyone has not had the opportunity to go on their live, do yourself a favor. It's just really so much
And
fun.
join in and join in the conversation. That I hopefully that if there's anything that I could be proud of fostering in that show is that anybody is welcome. Anybody can talk, even if you're annoying. Just just
It
say
doesn't matter.
something. Yeah, just
Doesn't matter.
talk up, and we'll see if we can straighten you out, or maybe you got something good to say and you'll straighten us out. But I like to welcome everybody. I think that's super important.
And I mean that's another reason why the reason why we're actually doing these get hangouts with the other live video, YouTubers, because this is a meetup. It's really community, and what I love
Really
about
is.
certain number of the communities, like yours and John's and Josh's, just come to mind, of course, at this point. That it's just it's a lot of fun, and you really get to know these people,
Yeah.
even though you've never met them. You really
It
get to
is.
know
It's
and
so
get
weird.
a fondness for everybody to the
Mhm.
point that when you do finally, this is an interesting phenomenon if you haven't experienced it. What happens is you really get to know these people on a pretty close level, So when you haven't met them,
Yeah.
like for example, Archie has never met Mary,
Mm-mm.
although they know each other quite well. Archie has never
Wow.
met Alex or Ben,
Mm-mm.
although he was on their podcast for like a
Funny,
year. He's one
yeah.
of the principals,
Wow.
but that's okay. So you know them pretty well. But then when you actually meet face to face,
Which
They're
we
all
both
taller than you thought.
all that
Right.
little,
They're all
all that
6'4".
all that little, you get shocked sometimes over like Josh being really tall. But other than that, it's like you've known each other. You've met for the first time, but you just pick it right up from there, and it's like you've known each other forever because you really have. So that's why I like these. That's why I love the live stream format, because
I agree.
I agree, and
Absolutely.
I mean, we always thought that the only reason really to do YouTube was to share not more than just what our knowledge is, but maybe like a little bit of our lifestyle, because we're weird as heck, and if other people are weird and they're not, like, maybe they think they're too weird, but no, sorry, we're too weird. So anybody is, in other words, like, so Reseller Island's a serious thing. Like, what do these resellers do all their whole lives? Well, we just sit in our house and do weird stuff and try to sell things to people. I mean, I really don't know. I can't even tell. What do we do? What we don't do is housework. A lot of housework.
there's no room to clean.
There's really no room to move.
Seriously.
There's a couple pieces of siding that need to be replaced. I mean, some things
You get
still
to it.
undone. But
we used to have a lot of dance parties, just the two of us.
Oh, how
That's fun.
cute.
now we're too old and everything hurts too
Yeah,
much.
it's like, oh, this bone.
So-
Oh no. Oh god, did I break
We don't
my
even dare
ankle?
turn on the
Oh.
music in case a hip wants to pop out of its socket. And we don't even bother anymore.
But I agree. The community has blown my mind with the bonds that we have formed with people that we have never met in person. It
Yeah.
has literally brought me to tears at times, just because
She's a wuss,
how
though.
I am totally a wuss at times. Just how
It's touching. We've been
how
touched for sure.
thoughtful
Absolutely.
people have been, how people we've never even met have sent us gifts and super chat. Mike was so generous on Monday with his super
56
chat.
candles.
It's just mind blowing to me.
56 candles. Dun, 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 dun.
But I know, I think I said to him, I was like, oh my god, if I met some of these people in person, I would probably just start crying as I hug them.
You will.
Yeah, you would. Yeah, you would.
Yeah.
You definitely will.
We're going to have to get you little diaper bags for you.
Tape them to underneath my eyes. It just catches all my tears. Aw.
Aw.
Oh, Mike can go for hours. This guy,
We got a new entry.
Paul
Rose is here.
Rose is here. Oh my
Aloha, night
gosh.
owls. It is literally like 2 a.m. where he
Dude,
lives.
it is 2:38, isn't
Paul
it?
Rose
Or
is
more.
Paul Rose is one of those people where we have totally bonded with him, communicate with him through email.
And he lives in England.
Yeah. Yeah, we love him. All because of eBay YouTube videos.
Yeah, really, it's a wonderful thing. It
Yeah.
really is, especially when we have a profession that lends itself to isolation.
Yeah.
It
you know,
does. It does.
And and it's like you try to reach out to your friends and family members and all, and it's like I've learned when the eyes start rolling up up in the
But
head,
you
I
know,
just
what's so crazy is that this lifestyle has the stories and the experiences that I don't say movies are made out of or anything, but
Right.
like the best experiences are these. While people go to work every day, do you guys go to work every day?
I work remote.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I do have
Wow,
a
you're
list.
so
busy.
suckers go in, get into their cars, and commute. So we'll just say that. So we don't, if you, what's beautiful is just not leaving your house in the morning. You're like, I don't actually have to go out of here, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. That did make a big difference when we all came home. Yeah.
By the lake exchange.
But this reseller lifestyle, this is people. They look at it. They might go, well, I don't know if I want a house full of crap and whatever. It's like, is anything really set in stone in your profession? No. It's like, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Who knows? But that freedom and that, I don't know. It's what stories are written about. That's what I'm saying. Just like a whole lifetime of seller experiences, could fill books with fun anecdotes. And
and I just want to add too, when we were doing our focus was mostly furniture. We met some of the most unique, interesting
that's kind of
people.
what I'm talking about too.
And boy, do I ever wish
like some movie
that,
stars and some like a lot of Hollywood type like producers and things, because they would redo their houses, like their New York City
I
houses.
wish that
and
we
vintage modern furniture.
documented our interactions, because we
Some of
would
them are
meet
still
people that
clients
were down and
a little bit.
out that needed to sell their beautiful furniture because
we took advantage of them and
that
left them
their
houseless.
parents that were in the military in Germany, like, and it was like heartbreaking,
there
but
was-
she
there was a
needed
couple
money.
heartbreaking things.
And I was like, I just want to document this. Like, there is such a story behind this.
So you're in pain,
furniture.
ma'am. Tell us how it is. We're gonna give you, we're gonna buy this from you for a pretty decent price, but we're gonna sell it for like a lot. So we went multiple times. We'd go into houses and people would be like, "Please give me $100 for this," and we're like, "Well, it's $4,000 worth of stuff.
We'll give you more.
We'll give you some more than that." And people just don't even know what to make of it. They're just like,
Well, right.
I think they might think, did I do the wrong thing by selling this? I don't know. But it was always, there was multiple times when we'd face that particular
we met a guy
situation.
that hung out with Salvador Dali. Like,
He invented American Express card.
Like, we are talking about.
Don't leave home without it.
We have found
Invented
some
that.
interesting people, and I like I said, I wish we
Actually,
documented
those chairs
it.
right there are from his
Oh
house.
yeah, the chairs in the
Can't really
back
see
here. Back in the
just a
day in the
little piece
80s,
of
they
it
were
right there.
designer chairs. And they gave them to us for dirt cheap. They were just like, we need to get rid of them. Just take them. And we're like, okay, sure. But the stories behind some of the stuff is really just interesting and intriguing.
I can't remember most of them, I think, probably.
Yeah.
At this point, because of elderliness, but
I know.
Well, Julie, you're a year younger than I am.
it's also this is a brutal profession too, especially if you do heavy stuff. So, I went from video games to sofas to finally right now is the best. You take the book, you put it in the envelope, you give it to the postman. Thank you.
What is
I do
this?
love
A
this.
cologne demonstration? What is John talking about?
Is the proper application?
Is he typing a message back?
Yeah, I think so.
That's hilarious. I love it.
Oh, Archie's TikTok shop. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
What's on Archie's TikTok? Oh, because he sells stuff on there, right?
Yeah, well, I was just in Vegas for 2 weeks, and I stayed with Archie most of the time. I was with John and Jennifer a couple of days during eBay Open, but Archie and I we got like just a real good loving friendship relationship and all of that. Have a lot of fun, and we carry on and we do things. So Archie has been selling on TikTok lately. So he's been like selling different items and really crushing it. I mean, he's doing pretty well. So he got me involved in two of his sales. One was he got this one shirt. They give you a bunch of items that you can't sell, right? And he looks at them, and this one shirt about how this is the fabulous Mike that you've all heard about and something like that. So he says that shirt's perfect for Mike, and so I'm going to buy it, and then I'm going to put Mike in the video to sell it. And actually, it's on one of my videos, showing the thing. So who knew I was like an upcoming YouTube TikTok,
Star.
Sensation.
sensation star. So went on that. So then he did another one with cologne. Well, you got to see that one. It's tough to describe, but it's on Archie's TikTok shop if you want to check it out.
We'll go look at that. I know. I went over there to see that that's the only place he sells, right? Is that the only
Oh
place
yeah,
he's
I
selling
see
right
you've
now?
typed it in before.
have.
Yeah, no, he sells on eBay, but he's been really and he sells and he does live selling now as well. He's he's diverse.
Is it like whatnot prices or like
TikTok?
better than? Yeah.
No, TikTok is pretty cheap stuff. I mean, it's pretty
Oh,
much
it is.
all the Chinese stuff, pretty much, right?
Oh, okay.
So and it's all crappy stuff. You sell, like shirts fall apart. Not to be a non-testimonial for the product, but it's not the best products. But he gets he makes a commercial, and he gets a commission like 75 cents or $1.50 for each one that he sells. But he was selling a lot while I was there, so I got involved in that aspect as well. But no, Archie also sells. He's been really killing it on live selling lately. He's been selling on the district platform.
Yay, go
He does a couple of shows a week now, and he's been doing pretty good. And he sells on eBay as well. So staying active.
Well, district is I've done one. I went to a ADHD auction, an Atari cartridge auction, and I was able to, for the first time, to understand how addictive and ridiculous buying is on these the live auction formats. I mean, it's just like one touch of a button and that thing is yours, and the money's out of your account.
Oh yeah.
And I'm just like, well, how much is in there? Let's see. Let's keep buying stuff until I run out of money, because you can do that.
You really can.
And I was like, well, this is kind of addictive.
Almost like this anxious thing.
It is. Mm-hmm. And I was thinking that that is probably that's why it's a good place to sell stuff.
It is. You move the stuff.
That's why I'm glad.
But then you have to get more stuff. So you got to be kind of a funnel.
That's why I'm glad eBay now does buy it now, because the auctions would get me so crazy anxious.
Yeah, I think I lost
waiting
years
those
of my
last
life
minutes. I'd be like, oh god, oh god, oh god.
Sniping the last 10 seconds. No, I can do it in 3 seconds.
It's a lot of fun. It's just another way to sell.
It's valuable. I didn't necessarily understand it completely until I started buying and I go, oh yeah, this could get you some dollars if you're selling the right stuff. But again, you still do have to have you got to just buy stuff by the Hoover load.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, how funny. John is saying the one thing you guys don't know about Mike, he is always sealing the deal at New York garage sales.
When he wears the cologne. That's your magical innovation.
It's like some magic.
I'm kind of hinting at the going to check out the video. It's pretty funny. Okay. And Archie just he set up the scenario and was all ad-libbed and impromptu. And I tell you, I am not that type of person to come up with something ad-libbed or impromptu. But even if I say so myself, it was kind of funny. It came out pretty good.
Wait, so where is this? This is on Archie's channel?
On Archie's TikTok.
Okay. We'll look at it when we're done, because it's going to blast.
Oh, on his TikTok.
Yeah. Hey, Jack's Treasures. I hadn't seen him.
Oh, Brian's here.
Yeah.
Hey, Brian.
Aloha.
How are you? And Tracy, I guess. They always come as a set for the most part. I don't think I've ever seen one of them alone without the other. That's a great relationship. Good people. And again, another thing. I mean, I had not met Brian. I had known of him by reputation on the YouTubes and all, and he had not known me. But he had known me by reputation. So I met him actually face to face for the first time in Omaha, and we were at registration the first day, and he comes up to me, and I couldn't even see who it was. He just kind of like overcame me and gave me a big hug and a kiss and everything. And I said, "Who is this?" And I look around, and it was Brian, and we were like kissing each other and hugging each other the whole weekend. It just after having not ever met before, it's just I tell you, really, it warms my heart. I tell you, it's just the greatest thing. I could not emphasize and recommend to everyone out there to take the opportunity to at least get to one kind of get together, whether it's close to home, or if you even have to travel one day, make a little trip out of it, make a little vacation out of it. Believe me, there's not one person that I've ever met who's gone to their first meetup and was not really totally, really, thrilled with the experience. It's a lot of fun.
But we're definitely we have tiki friends, and we go to, I mean, I guess you could call them meetups there for years, and it's just being involved in any sort of community of like-minded individuals. But
Sure.
I mean, if one does pop up here, like somebody do one in like Boston, we can.
I was you missed the opportunity. I drove up to Boston a couple of months ago. Vicky and Trish Glenn had done a 10 city meetup starting in Boston and going to Vegas.
Wow.
Vicky had bought this one girl, a friend of theirs, Diane, who unfortunately died of cancer. They sold, the family sold Vicky her store, like 4,000 items. So
oh my God.
So she flew out to Vegas, and she flew from Vegas out to Boston, the first leg, and they rented a box truck, and they, got in the truck and they drove from Boston to Vegas over the course of like 13 days, and they had 10 meetups along the way. So I drove to the first one since it was fairly close to me, and it was the first meetup that I had ever driven to. Now I've been to like 15 meetups, and I've flown to every one before that, and that was my first driving experience. And didn't turn out well as far as the driving part. I didn't make it all the way home with my car. The car ended up getting towed from about an hour away, but it was a great experience.
No.
So airplanes 15, cars 0. That's 0, which is my 4 at this point. It was a great opportunity to go up to Boston and meet some of the people in Boston. So I did a video on that. So if you're interested, you can check that out. And that was a lot. That was a fun time. They're all fun, man. I tell you, they're all fun. I love them all. Any opportunity.
The only experiences before eBay, YouTubery, the only experience I had with resellers was very contentious. It would often be almost confrontational. The ones we do have around here.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about. We almost come to hands. We got throw hands.
It was like local competition because
it wasn't. We weren't having any meetups here.
No.
Let's just put it that way. Mm-hmm. The meetups were not a lot of competition, but the competition was fierce. And now, like Josh says, it is 2 hours past our bedtime. Now I feel like I'm just talking, just rambling. But I just love our community. I didn't like the community up here by itself, and then I like the out of here community of resellers. So we will make it to a meetup sometime.
We're gonna hold you to that. We're definitely gonna hold you to that.
Can you do one in Hawaii?
Why not? Hey, look,
there is a huge reselling community in Hawaii.
Keith Prosser is pushing me to have a meetup across the pond. So I says, get some of the initial, details, and we'll figure something out. So
yeah, across the Pacific Pond.
No.
Yeah, that's another pond.
You would be surprised though. There's so much vintage stuff in Hawaii. I think that there's probably not that many people that have it more sewn up there, but so much good high-end killer stuff comes out of Hawaii. It's so full of. I mean, if you go to the thrift stores on Oahu, they are filled with stuff you want: tiki torches, furniture, everything. Surprisingly, like if you want to get a rattan chair at the Goodwill, a chair they recover them themselves and they charge like $1,200.
Yeah, amazing.
Are
right?
you talking
At the
those
Goodwill.
peacock chairs or just?
No, remember like the rattan ones that are all like real nice,
low
like
seats.
sofas.
Yeah.
And they sell them for like $1,200 out of the thrift store.
Crazy.
Because I knew everybody wanted to know that. So because when you're in Hawaii and you're going thrifting, don't
But
buy the
getting the
$1,200
stuff-
chair
Getting the
because
stuff,
you can't make any money on it.
getting the stuff back to the mainland is its
Plus,
own.
it's a long walk home.
Yeah.
Well, do you guys want to start wrapping up since
Yeah, I think so. I think
what Josh
we'll go.
said
Sure.
might be time to let Pokey go.
Yeah,
to
because
Can
you
I
know
let
me,
Lola?
we'll go
You
forever. And
Pokey's-
yeah.
Pokey's
Yeah.
starting to
Always
purr.
that time.
He's licking. That means sleepy.
Yeah.
Aw, baby.
It's funny. Pokey always comes alive at the end of the live stream.
Yeah,
That's the
isn't
funny
that
thing.
hilarious? He's a smart little dude.
Ugh,
He woke up on cue this afternoon during your
he did.
live. It was like
He
amazing.
always does. I mean,
You
I
don't
guess
even know
he
he's
can
there.
hear it, but I don't
Right,
know.
you don't even know he's there, but the dogs are
Yeah,
smart.
yeah.
It's like it's time to party. I'm awake.
Yeah. And Mike, you're welcome to stay on. I'll just, if I don't show up for work, I wind up living in somebody's basement, so we don't want that.
All right, well,
Mike's
let's wrap up this live stream first. Primo, Spam, thank you so much. Like I said, I was really
Thank
looking
you.
forward to this.
Thank you.
This live with you guys. I really, really love watching you, and it's great to be able to kind of get to know you on a little bit of a personal level, and we will definitely get to see each other in person pretty soon.
That would be wonderful. And,
It would be.
And thank you
The feeling
so
is
very
mutual.
much. Yeah.
And we look forward to that, to the day where we can hug and kiss as well.
Sounds good.
As you and Brian did.
I'm a hugger. I have that reputation.
I'm a hugger too.
Good.
We'd
good.
be hugging.
We'd be hugging. Sounds good. Mary, you have any last
much.
minute?
Thank you, Mary.
Oh,
Thank you,
sure.
Mike.
And thanks everybody in the chat too.
Thanks everybody. And
Yeah,
we will
thank
see
you,
Aloha.
everyone.
Thanks for joining
Aloha.
us, and we'll see you sometime in the
Soon.
future. Yes.
Yes.
Bye everybody.
Bye.
Thanks for
Thanks
coming.
Aloha.
so much. Good night, everyone.